Foo Fighters, Times Like These. We're going to cut right to this grouping of 7. There's that part in the song, the intro, and that sort of little thing they whip around, which is in a 7 count. Okay, you can either say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and basically, just as it goes, the time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Of course, it's actually played a very heavy bass drum. He's carrying all the 8th notes on the bass drum, like. Okay, it never is played that long in the song, but he turns it around with the 7 and okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, okay? So you have the snare every 2 and 4 through the bar, but then you have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Except that the 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So if you have problems with the 7, and a lot of folks do like kind of these days, I know it sounds patronizing, but not a lot of the younger folks listen to a lot of King Crimson or Genesis or Rush or Yes or Frank Zappa or, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, well, I inverted it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, just loop that, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Just loop it, okay? It's a 7 count. It seems unnatural at first. When you get used to it, you're like, wow, you can become used to any time signature, especially if you're an old Genesis or, Yes, a person like myself. But, by the way, in a lot of that English stuff, like Genesis and Yes and stuff, it's harder to kind of identify the odd meters because they're so familiar. Over there, like in Europe and stuff, they're a lot more familiar with odd meters than we are here in the States. I know it sounds contrist or anti-American, but it's true. All right, anyway, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Okay, either way. So, but remember the bass drum in that part is blasting away on the bass drum. Okay, it doesn't go on that long in the song, but that is the pattern. He occasionally might ease up a little on the bass drum, like. I think he's just chugging it all the way through. That's a very punk or post-punk thing to do on the bass drum. Like Stuart Copeland, okay, it's a very happening thing to do. So, again, I don't know if it's Dave Grohl or Taylor Hawkins. Then we get to the da ba da ba da ba da boom ba da ba da ba da 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 da. Okay. By the way, the song starts. Okay. Yeah, that's the intro. Boom, boom, ba, or boom, boom, ba. I. Okay, just. We're into the intro. But anyway, the da da ba da ba da 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 is more of a syncopated thing that he seems to play every time. So let's say without the, to me it sounds more like instead of with the bass drum, it sounds like it's just, or it could be. It's either 4 notes or 3 notes, okay, or maybe there's no bass drum, or I'm not really sure. To me, it sounds like there's kind of not any bass drum. But in any case, let's stay in the part. By the way, this is in 4/4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? It sounds to me like it's, well, I'm sure it is, syncopated. So the pattern kind of being... Okay? And then either or coming into it, okay? So my snare drum is falling off the drum. Okay? Sort of the bridge between the it's sort of the bridge between, watch how I can do this, I can swap this guy right, sort of the bridge between the intro and then what is the verse, okay? So you have, but on the intro you have the da 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 ba da. On the 7 the bass drum is blasting away, just like it is then on the chorus and the verses, okay? The only time the bass drum, I think, isn't really just blasting away on all those 1/4 and 1/8 notes is on the da da ba da 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 boom boom ba da ba da 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 da, which is that pattern I just played. Boom, 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 ba, boom, boom, ba. Boom, 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 ba, boom, boom, ba. Okay? Boom, 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 boom. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Depending on where he starts the snare drum roll. But this, so he'll, in the first chunk of it, da 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 da. Okay? So, I'm going to crank this guy up a little because I haven't played it for a while. So then we go into the verses. Da 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 da. Right? So we're blasting away in the verses. And again, in the nature of the way a lot of pop tunes, well, again, I'm not characterizing this as a Foo Fighter certainly aren't a straight up pop band, but I mean it's mixed for the pop, you know, it's kind of a poppy tune, even though it's heavy. The bass drum is mixed relatively low, or well, lower than the snare, right? So you have, it's hard to notice when the bass drum's going. That's what you got. 5. Okay? It really is. The bass drum on the intro, the 7's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. The bass drum, it's blasting away under there. In the verse, it doesn't sound like it, but it is. And then you get to the chorus, times like it's there might be slight, again, that's like the basic paradigm. There might be slight variations when he goes and does some of the fills that you hear later in the chorus. But I mean, generally speaking, chugging along, that's the pattern. Okay, so you just practice it. And by the way, there are sometimes you might just be banging away straight quarters on the hat. Instead of... Okay? And then you have, and then there's sometimes later, typically what they do is I think they just go around 3 times on the 7s, and then they do into 4/4. So, oh, they just do twice and then into the 4/4, okay? But if you want to loop the 7s, you can. Loop it. That's the best way to learn any beat is just loop it. So those are the general paradigms of the songs. I've seen a lot of folks out there, they do the cover of it. They just bang out the cover. This is what I hear is the parts that people, the younger guys, the kids I teach, ask me about in this song. Because for a lot of people, 7s are right over their head. But the thing is they just don't understand them yet. Once you kind of figure it out, you're like, oh, that's what 7 is. It's not like some crazy secret, you know? And then as the song goes on, there's a lot more fills that go around the drums. And he kind of plays over the bar a couple times later in the tune. The video's interesting. They're throwing all the stuff down on them and the house lands on and stuff. I love those videos, those Foo Fighter videos. Everlong is a great video. Now I have a thing for Taylor Hawkins. But anyway, so that is the basic, most important parts of the song are this. Okay, I'm just going to, this is the lesson I'm throwing out because there's covers of the song up the wazoo out there. This is an actual lesson of if you need help with the tune, if I'm able to help, and if indeed you believe that I'm playing the right parts. Here you go. Thank you. Please see, if you can, my other Terry Keating drums videos on this channel. And I also have a Bonzolium channel, which is a bunch of Led Zeppelin, John Bonham stuff, as well as a little bit of Police stuff. Thanks.